Yeah, I accidentally stopped my video, hit the space bar because there was a big dog hair on it. I was like, so I have to do this video again. Oh, God. Anyway, I was going to do one on opinions because I've done this one before where I said that if, for instance, every gay person you've ever met has been trying to get you drunk and get in your pants and generally making you feel uncomfortable, shouldn't it be your right to say, I don't like gay people? You know, every gay person I've ever met has done this, that, and the other thing. You can say you hate communists, and no, that's fine. It just depends on the group, right? I hate Nazis. That's fine. Nazis are evil. You're allowed to hate them. Even though not every Nazi was evil. You know, they're just following orders, like, you know, not questioning things. And there were Nazis who were resistors, you know, that didn't want to do some of the shit. But, I mean, for the most part, I don't know. What can you say? It's a fucking weird time. I mean, there were Nazi sympathizers back home in the States and probably in Canada, too. And there were general people in Germany who were fucking resistant to it. I mean, it's all over the board. Anyway, whatever. I'm getting off topic. Fucking out of it today. But yeah, opinions, they do not hurt anybody. There was this World War II soldier that was doing a lot of the fighting in Japan. Well, not in Japan, I mean against the Japanese. And he just gotten cancer, and he's like 90 or something like that, and he's old. He was saying that, oh, you know, the goddamn Japs didn't kill me, cancer's not going to kill me. And half the people were like, yeah, man, way to go that you're so, you know, you're still fucking hanging in there and you're not afraid of anything. It's great. And the other half were like, Japs, you can't call them Japs. But it's almost like they're saying what they think society wants to hear. I've got to stand up for that fucking, you know, those Japs that you're wailing on right now that are dying left, right, and center because no one's standing up for them. You know, if you were in war and you were shooting at somebody, you know, and somebody blew away half your friends and was murdering your friends with their bare hands, strangling them to death without any remorse, don't you think it's your right to maybe call them Japs? You could have called them worse. But yeah, if there's anybody who has earned the right to call them anything, why not him? You know what I mean? Jesus. I mean, fuck, you can shoot 10,000 Japanese, but you can't call them Japs. It's a word. It's an opinion. Like, opinions don't kill people. This just in, I want to reiterate. If you believe something, like for instance, if every Irishman you've ever met has been a drunken asshole who has beaten you and your family and beaten up your sister and you name it, shouldn't it be your right to say, Irish people are drunken assholes and I don't like them? But no, society will immediately jump on your ass and fucking wail on you. They don't even ask why. The proper thing to do would be, well, you don't like Irish people. Why? And then they would explain it. You'd be like, well, I don't agree with that, but you know, it seems like that's a pretty fair opinion, you know. You can not like whoever you want. Like, God, that bothered me. You can say you hate communists, and that's fine. You can say you hate Nazis, and that's fine. But just don't say you hate a fucking religious group or a race or, you know, whatever. Opinions don't kill people. You can say you don't like something. Like, I'm not a fan of all the crazy shit that goes on in Canada as far as, you know, like I said, the Medicare system is fucked, even though it's free. You just gotta wait fucking 150,000 hours for it. But, like, say immigration, for example. I know there's a lot of people that come here that are not hardworking, are just seeing Canada as a big, fat, greasy, lazy ticket out. I mean, the country where they're from, they actually have to work to survive. They come here, they jump on welfare and just don't do anything, and then they bring more of their relatives over, and then all of a sudden they buy, like, a store or something. And for whatever reason, my ex thought that that's good for the economy. She's like, that's good for the economy that foreigners come here and open businesses. But why is it better for the economy for a foreigner to open a business than it is for, say, you know, some French guy who was born and raised here to own that business? How is that better? Because if you think about it, the guy who was born and raised here is going to spend money here. The guy who was from here is probably going to send a lot of his money back home to help his family. I mean, there's nothing wrong with helping, but just on a straight-up business level, it's stupid. It doesn't make sense. So I'm not a fan. I mean, if immigration, for example, if somebody comes here and they got, like I said, a skill that we need, or they're willing to work their ass off just like the rest of us, I have no problem. Let them all in. But if they're just going to come here and be lazy, we got lazy people here. We got fucking assloads of lazy people. We don't need more. But there are people that will say, I'm a fucking, you know, mouth-breathing racist because I don't think we should bring lazy people here. You're against immigration. No, I'm against aspects of immigration. I'm not against immigrants. Some of the nicest, two of the nicest fucking people I've ever met are two Korean people that own this convenience store. And I think every immigrant that comes to this country should go and meet them and see what they're like. Because they are the fucking nicest people I've ever met. They're ridiculous. Every immigrant should act like that. You come to somebody's country, you obey the fucking rules, you know? Like, You don't see me going to Saudi Arabia and saying I have fucking rights because I'm Catholic and you guys have to obey my religious rights. It doesn't fucking work that way. They know we're soft on that shit, and we'll do anything to accommodate religious freedoms, which is fucking stupid. My religion is I should be able to punch everybody in the face and rape every girl I want. That's my religion, and then you have to accommodate that. Like this whole being fucking, tied down to religious things. These religious holy wars have been going on for fucking ever. They're not accomplishing anything. They're just keeping the population busy so that we're not looking at the bigger picture. We're not figuring out other things to do. Like, Jesus. This is why I keep saying... This is why I keep saying you gotta ask questions. You gotta fucking look around. You gotta question things that are in power. And I keep reiterating this because I feel like I'm a guy in a stream, and the stream's just blowing right by me. It's all these other people, and I'm just standing there, like, looking around, seeing all these things that are wrong. I mean, I'm not a fucking visionary. I'm not... I'm just an average guy. I mean, I took the IQ test, and I'm in the upper 98th percentile for everything, but, I mean, that really doesn't mean anything. Like, I'm just better at doing tests, maybe, or better at doing... doesn't mean fuck all. When we're dead, we're all dead. It doesn't matter if you're Einstein, if you're a fucking janitor, Anyway, we're all the fucking same. There's people out there that think they're so much better than everybody else, and you're automatically imbued with that. I think it's because... it's a evolutionary thing. Yeah, evolution. You're born, and your first thought is, I'm great, I'm awesome, I'm so strong, I'm tough, I'm this, that, and the other thing, and that just is going to help you with whatever endeavor. But then life eventually starts hitting back, and you realize, wow, I'm not the toughest guy in my block, I'm not the strongest guy in my block, I'm not the fastest, whatever. And that's how it should be. You got to realize, like, if you're from some little shit town, and you're the toughest guy in your little shit town, you start pushing people around, and you've gotten by on that so far. You go to a bigger city like Calgary, ouch. You try that shit. I mean, Calgary's not even a big city. It's not New York, for sure. But even, like I said, like New York, you go there and you try to act the tough guy and push everybody around. See what the fuck happens. Someone's going to stick a gun in your mouth and blow your fucking head off. Anyway, just fucking flying all over the place. I just feel like doing a bunch of YouTubes because I've been really neglecting you guys. I mean, you guys have signed up for my YouTubes, and I've been just really selfish. Because my opinions are so great. That's another thing I do different. I'm very humble. I'm very fucking self-deprecating. I don't hate myself. I'm not one of those self-deprecating emo kids that are going to cut themselves, but I don't take myself too seriously. I mean, fuck. I don't sit here and go, oh, my opinions are so heavy and so tough, and oh my god, Jesus, how can you guys even watch these? I don't do anything like that. It's silly, I just have these opinions. I just come up with this shit, and I just feel like sharing it. That's it, really. There's a lot of detractors out there to everything. I mean, like I said, there are people going to shit on me for doing my any rant I've ever done. And they're not going to actually try to fight me point to point. They're not actually going to have an argument. They're just going to say, you're an idiot, you're stupid, you're a fucking fag, whatever. That happens all the time. Like, just, you say something someone doesn't agree with, the internet is great for that. The internet has this fucking, consciousness that 95% of people on the internet are going to act like complete fuckturds to you. If you met them in real life, they'd probably be nice people. It's just, being anonymous and having a platform are the two worst things to put together. Every dickhead out there, I've done it occasionally, but, I don't do it now. It's fucking stupid. Even though recently I did get in a big shouting match with some kids on fucking Call of Duty. I don't know why. I just was in a bad mood or something, but I never do shit like that, really. It's the first time I've done something like that in years. Anyway, just, fucking live. Just look around, realize that your life could be a lot worse, and it's funny because a lot of people say, don't joke around about cancer, don't joke around about getting car accidents. It's no more likely to happen if you make fun of cancer every day of your life than if you don't. And if you get cancer and you're making fun of it, people are going to say, oh, look. Statistically, so many people are going to get cancer, it doesn't fucking matter, right? You can joke around about you taking a flight, you're going to get in a plane crash. It's not going to make a fucking plane crash happen. If our words had that much power, don't you think, oh, I'm so afraid millions of dollars are going to rain from the sky, huh? It's not going to happen. But yeah, fuck. Opinions don't hurt people. Wishing something happened doesn't make it happen. It doesn't matter. Everyone says don't wish something bad on somebody. Fuck that. There are people out there that deserve to have horrible, horrible things happen, but there is no karma. There really isn't. So if some guy's getting away with murder and just doing whatever the fuck he wants and pushing everybody around, somebody doesn't stand up to him and kick his fucking head, and then he's always going to get away with it, There are people out there that will work their ass off their whole lives and end up with nothing, and just not even break even. And there are assholes out there who will cheat, steal, and do the bare minimum, and will fucking succeed like you wouldn't believe. It fucking hurts me. There's no karma. I'm just all